Hello, load discrepancy here, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to review this game for you. It's been out a month now. It's Medieval Dynasty on the PC, and yeah, I've had a lot of good fun with you playing this game. We've been on Discord and discussing it a lot. Everybody's been batting and balling about as there's not much to go on at the moment, so it's been good times, good fun, and what I've decided to do here today is just, like I said, just do a quick review. It's been out a month. So we're going to just take a quick peek and have a talk about how things are in the game. Now, I do want this to be kept into context. You remember, this is early access. The game has only been out 1 month. I think it's 1 month, 2 days, something like that. So yeah, just bear that in mind. I'm not sitting here pulling it to pieces. I understand how early access works. You know, we're here trying to help debug and fix this game and get it the way players want it to be. So remember that at all times. Remember that at all times. This is not the final build. This is Alpha 1, 2, 4, I think it is. Yeah. So here we are. Now I think first and foremost you've got to remember this is pretty much a town or city management game. You're not here for combat. You're not here, you know what I mean, to do anything really other than create a town, settle, build it up. I mean, I'm now in late stages of the game. I won't say that I'm at end game because there are still a few bits and pieces I need to open up, but let's have a look at it and let's run you around the property. We've only really just put these palisade walls up, which has taken a lot of time. You've probably seen a lot of people's early footage of the game. You've probably not seen a lot of the end game stuff. I've got, what, 130 hours logged now. I didn't play from the first week. I wanted to watch and see other people's videos, see how it was developing. But what I can say first and foremost is a fishing hut here, sitting out on the water. I just love that little island out there. There's that sort of position that I would fish from if I went out. Right off at one of those points, aim your baits, and yeah. Anyway, I divulge. Too much information on my tactics. So, back to the game. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can do here. There's many ways of getting food. I think probably a lot of the newer players who are going to start are probably going to suffer a bit more than we did when we first started. It was quite easy to make money and get yourself going. I mean, picking berries and doing certain different things and just easy little ways to make money. But you worked for it. You did work for it. You spent whole days doing stuff like that just to get it. So it can be a bit grindy. It's definitely not without its flaws, but it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, these buildings and stuff render in so far and so well from a distance. I mean, it's not going to be particularly the best conditions to see this in because obviously it's foggy, it's night time, and I'm running down a little dirt track road. Scared much? Halloween's coming. Ooh! But anyway, yeah, I mean, they render in at such a long distance. And I think that's the absolute part of the beauty of the game. But I mean, the mechanics. Anyone who loves survival, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this game. It's definitely survival at its most gritty. Kind of not your caveman style, but it's not far off. You do start with flint tools and stuff like that. It is a bit of a nightmare to get started, but I mean, you come out here, you look around, you know what I mean, and it's wonderful. I mean, look across there. There's not many games where it even render the trees in on that side. But as you come across, like I said, beautiful view. You're coming up. See, you can't really see it too well because it's night, but you see those on the horizon, like all those buildings all rendered in. That's my village. I remember when I first came across it and I was like, oh well, that's pretty, and then, oh, that's mine. You know, you bump into your own village and actually, I mean, you surprise yourself, I think. But the mechanics aren't like most building games, as you've probably seen from other people's footage. And as you see in here, there's a lot of walking around. That's all to be sorted. They're putting horses or mounts or riding, as they've actually specified it, riding into the game. Well, that's to come soon, within the next couple of months, I think, before Christmas at least. And we've kind of got onto this stage here where, like I said, I've got to pretty much the end. So I'm not really sure much more. Let me talk properly. Just put my teeth in. Yeah, I'm not really sure what much more I can do. I mean, buy a few more extra livestock. I mean, I've beautified the place up. I've put a few of these tubs about. So yeah, it's good. You know, makes the place look pretty. Fires which the villagers have kindly been lighting for me, which is I'm happy about. But there's features, like I said, that surprise you. They're good. You've got fields that pretty much, they're all automated. You know, I've got enough guys now to pretty much automate everything that happens. I don't have any worries about that. Take a look quickly here at the villagers. Look, I've got not a full selection. I've knocked a few buildings down that I didn't really need. You know, once you get into the later game stuff, you can start doing that. You can afford to move stuff around. So again, that's another huge perk to the game. I know people don't always like knocking stuff down and building it back up, but that's part of one of these games, if you ask me. So yeah, I've got all my fields set out by the river here. So if they do add flood mechanics or anything, that'll be screwed. But you're going to have a palisade coming around here. I've not, like I said, got everything finished. But I've kept myself enough land for expansion. Hopefully stables and stuff like that will be coming soon. That's not obviously been confirmed. That's just me sitting here hoping. But yeah, I've saved myself plenty of land. Look. Yeah, but I mean, it's great. The mechanics, the way it works, it's still pretty basic at the moment. There's still a lot that can be added. I mean, you've got items here that they're in game, but they don't do anything yet. Now, look, you got, like, obviously that's going to be for alcohol. They've talked about brewing. That's coming into the game again within the next couple of months. Fluid press. So that's going to be interesting. Am I going to be able to put my flax grain or linseed, as we call it now, I think, into here and crush it for oil? I mean, can I make oil lamps? Can I use oil for other things? Can I use it for crafting? That's really intriguing. And like I said, this game has huge potential. Is it worth the £23 that they're charging? I think that's going to be subjective. I mean, to me, yes, I have a huge interest in the medieval period. I live in basically a medieval part of the UK in East Anglia. They actually visited Weststow, which is a medieval village we have here. I think it's an Anglo-Saxon village, which I visited myself as a child, just to do the research for the buildings that you see here. I mean, these ones not in particular, but the Wattle and Daub ones. Absolutely. I mean, they were built them. We still actually have some Wattle and Daub buildings in some of the villages and towns where I'm living. You know, I've done some maintenance on some of them, and you've pulled back years and years of plasters of what you thought was a Victorian building, and it's slap bang in the centre where all the beams should be. It's not. It's all Wattle and Daub. It's quite interesting because those sort of buildings you have to obviously restore back to their natural condition. They're listed buildings. So I've actually had to do a little bit of this myself. I've taken courses in flint knapping and thatching. So, like I said, it's definitely going to be subjective. I've taken the time to, like I said, build silly little features. Like, look, I've got a little archery tournament thing here. It's 4 people head to head. I'm hoping they're going to let us do some co-op. Oh, that's going to be great. That, again, that's not been mentioned. That's just me spitballing some of my hopes and dreams. But yeah. There's a huge potential here, and I think paying that £23, yeah, I think personally it's worth it. I would. I actually paid the 26. What I did when this came out a few weeks ago, like I said, I sat and watched. I made sure that it was something I wanted to invest in. I don't have a huge amount of money at the moment. This Corona thing's really kicking my ass. 2 kids to feed, and you know, I don't work myself at the moment due to injury, but I won't go into that. So anyway, yeah. I really didn't want to commit that money at first, but I've watched and I fell in love, and yeah, it's a really great game. That £26, that's me. That's my way of saying, look, I support this wholeheartedly. I really hope they push it in the right direction. It's going there now. That they've had one major update, which they was gracious enough to put on the beta branch of Steam, so that you didn't have to risk taking that option of it screwing your saves and you having to start again. And yeah. It's been interesting. There's things that they've screwed up. There's things that have been fixed. So it's your normal, isn't it? It's your normal, your early access, your beta, your alpha, that sort of thing. You're always going to get these sort of things. You've got to appreciate that. You've got to remember that. But I think this game is going to be absolutely awesome, absolutely awesome. And if they keep going the way they are, and they're listening. This is the thing. They're listening to us. They're listening to what people want. They're taking it into consideration. They're implementing the things that work for them, and obviously they're thinking about the things that aren't, and maybe putting them on the back burner. That's great. You don't get that from many developers. And I mean, the way things are these days, there are so many people producing games now. There are so many people. A lot of them are homebrewed, a lot of them are homebrewed. And good luck to them, good luck to them. I'd love to be in that position, but I tried coding, and yeah, we won't get into that one. We won't get into that one at all, because, yeah. that's not even worth talking about with me. I was too late on that bandwagon, and I don't think my brain appreciates taking in huge amounts of information that's complex. So we'll just stick to doing these sort of things. Anyway, this is definitely a game that I think that if you're into survival games, if you're into medieval period, if you're into historical correctness, I think this is definitely one you should take a look at. This is definitely one that's got my appreciation. I think a lot of people are excited about this one. You've got bandits, and from what I can understand, weapons and armour are coming in soon, but only for like guard, watchmen, or militia, or whatever you call it. So I'm sold on this one. I'm sold on this one. I've been, watching a lot of other people's videos to see how they play. I've mainly figured this out for myself, but I just wanted to see other people's ways of doing things, just out of curiosity more than anything. And it's definitely worth doing because there's things there, like I said, that they're not obvious. There's no sort of like instruction booklet or anything like this. You're literally going off the cuff, doing some things on the fly. I mean, like I said, it's one of the biggest drawbacks about this. Having to hand cart all of this wood to make these. I mean, I think they're 5 or 6 a piece, and they're in sections of about 1 square. So we say about from there to there is 1 section. So yeah, you can think how much it has taken to get around and do all of this. And you're talking about only, I think, 13 logs at a time, unless you want to overload yourself and walk really slowly. Which no, it doesn't work. I mean, some people throwing them, throwing the logs down, which is a good idea, but it's keeping track of them because they roll everywhere. But yeah, personally, it's a little bit grindy, but it's an enjoyable grind. I mean, I don't mind games like that. I quite thrive on games like that. I play a lot of RPG games. Hopefully review some more. You get to see some more of my stuff and what we're doing. I'm keeping track of quite a few that's still in development. We'll go through this hopefully as we go along. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely the sort of game RPGers are going to like. I'm just showing you the perimeter here, look at where it's going around. A huge amount of logs still to go in here. And that's going to take ages. There's no carts. I can't get anyone to help them. There's no one who's going to carry if I'm like a log bearer or anything like that. No log cart. There's no log sled. There's literally nothing. You are handballing everything, and when you can only carry it's 40 kilos, and rocks carry 1 kilo each, so fair enough, you get a few of them. I think a log is 2.5 kilos. So you're not getting many logs per bat. And if you've got to put up fortifications or a palisade wall, whatever you want to call it, it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of logs. I'm just happy that everything's automated. I've got all these nice stone buildings. Look, you see it now. Mist's still here, but the sun's starting to rise. So yeah, I mean, like I said, all of this is automated. I don't have to touch my fingers on this at all. Unless I want to speed up, I get bored, want to have a go, anything. Maybe there's been a bug with the farmers where they break and stuff like that. But field workers, let's get it right, because there's a lot of confusion with that. Yeah, sometimes they don't work, but they seem to have fixed that. There's been some crafting issues. They seem to have fixed those. They was taking all full materials. You meant to get 50 or bundles of 10 of things, stuff like that. That wasn't happening. You were only getting 1 of each item, but I believe that's been fixed with that big update that's now gone back onto the stable branch, I'd like to add. So yeah, things are looking good. Things are looking very good. I think the main thing that we can do as players, as gamers, as lovers of these sort of things, survival, whatever, is we need to critique it. We need to tell them what works, what doesn't work. We need to get on the Discord. We need to talk with them and help them develop this game into everything it can be. I mean, it's our job, guys. We're the guys who take the brunt of this. We play it when it's broken. We play it when it's fixed. We spend the money on it. We put in the hours. We do the reviews. We provide the streams. It is all about us. And if I think they can help us, if we can help them. So if you want to see a good game, tell them what you want to see. I mean, they're going to probably hear a ton of different things from a million different people, but it doesn't matter. Every single little bit of advice you can give, every single bit of hint of what you're liking, what you're not liking, the things that can be tweaked, the things that need to come out, the things that need to go in. I'm sure they have got a full list of what they want to do already. But there's only so much time in a day, isn't there? There's only so many things they can implement. There's only so much of a window of lifetime that this game is going to have. So, yeah, guys, get back to them, talk to them, talk amongst yourselves. I mean, I've talked with so many people about this game on different Discords. I mean, KJ48, developers Discord. There's several people. You know, it's worth talking about. People are excited for this. It could go a long way. And there's my little shacks there. I put them way out here, looking forest. So we've got a woodcutter, happily gathering wood over here. A big berry patch from the gatherers. This is my hunting lodge. I haven't opened up the next one yet. I'm still working on that. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it's so beautiful. Looking at that through the forest. It's so awesome. And I picked an absolutely beautiful spot as well, because we've got a nice little waterfall just here, which I was considering building maybe some stuff about here. I don't know. Anyway, but back to the game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, give it a go. You've seen people's things. If it's piqued your curiosity, you've seen people's streams, you've seen people's videos, go for it. I'm telling you, if it's piqued your curiosity, go for it. You will not be disappointed. It's, like I said, it's subjective. Is it worth that money to you? Well, that's a question you're going to have to ask yourself. Everyone knows their own finances. Everyone knows what they think's worth what. So, I think it's worth it. I'm going to continue, like I said, to do videos. This is the month in one, so what we'll do is we'll maybe take a look at it again on its 3rd month anniversary, and I think we'll probably review it. Oh, look at that. I'm a bad mare. I haven't repaired that roof. But yeah, that's the best thing we can do, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I hope this has been insightful. I didn't want to show you loads more gameplay because, well, everyone's doing that at the moment. So, yeah. Leave some likes, leave some comments, let me know what you think of this. I'm going to start doing more reviews now. I've had a lot of time on my hands, and I think it's possibly the way that I want to start going forward. So help me out, and you can see some of this new stuff. I love the testing side of things, and hopefully you guys will find out a bit more about me. Come and see me, come and say hello. I've got my own Discord. I will leave it in the link. So, bye for now. Look after yourselves. Good gaming. Keep it up. Bye for now.